What is up, everyone? I am Deviantart Cringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be taking a look at Aggretsuko. Yes, everyone, you know that, show from, the middle of 2018 that quickly rose to popularity because it's so awesome. It's made by the same creators as Hello Kitty and all that stuff. Here's the funny thing. I honestly don't even know why the hell I haven't made a video on that show sooner. I kind of hate myself for not doing it, but the good thing is some good Samaritan out there actually sent me a note recommending me to do a video on this with some, image links and all that stuff. Now, funny thing is, I actually wanted to make this video yesterday, but for some stupid-ass reason, my audio recording, when I heard it back, it had a lot of, like annoying pops and all that stuff, and I just couldn't get rid of it, so, yeah. There wasn't enough time to do another one, so I had to re-record it later in the day, which is now. Anyway, the note comes from a Deviantart, awesome name by the way, thumbs up, who says, "Hey Deviant Cringe, in case you're planning to make a review about this, I already found some pictures for you to review. Those are all I can find. Happy reviewing. P.S. Why are people fascinated with this?" Well, to answer your question about that, the human mind is an amazing thing, and we still don't know how it fully works, so all we can do is guess. So first off, everyone, we start with something very simple and something very familiar. Oh yes, MS Paint Circle Tool Madness. Absolutely beautiful, am I right, everyone? Oh boy. So over here we have a poor little Retsuko, all blue like the blueberry girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and of course inflated like said blueberry. We also have her poor little arms and legs sticking out there. It looks like she is ready to explode. And just take a look at her face. I mean, come on. She just wants to go back to sleep and never wake up again. And honestly, I can't blame her, because if I was in this situation, I would pretty much want to do the same thing. And as you can see over here, I mean, you probably can't miss it. As well as we have some panties, yes, everyone. A lot of these inflation pics, you can't make one of them without showing a little bit of those underwears. Oh yes, so stretched out and nice. All of these inflation people, they just want to, take them off and just sleep in them like a giant hammock. And apparently, it looks like her tail is on the side of her body instead of a little bit above her ass. Yeah. No one actually told me that if you get inflated, your tail magically morphs to the other side of your body. That's actually pretty interesting. Commission Aggretsuko the Blueberry Panda. Here you go, Ray Knights 13, and of course, as you can see, they disabled the comments because most likely they were ashamed of what they did. And take a look at this, everyone. Here we have another classic. It looks like someone abducted a poor old Retsuko and decided to keep her in their dingy ass closet so they can fulfill their fantasies, if you will. And when it comes to the line work, I gotta say, the head and face don't look that bad, but honestly, it's pretty much a huge, rigmarole, a roller coaster of quality. As we go further down the body, you can see a lot of irregularities. As you can see over here on the shoulders, boom, what the hell is this supposed to be? And of course, over here we move to the legs. Look at this, Jesus H. Christ, what is going on with the tail? And of course, finally, the worst offender, the legs and the shoes. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have choppy-ass line works, shoes that don't even look like shoes, look more like a little nubs, to be totally honest. Kind of like a stretched out horse hooves made of silly putty and all that. Over here on the ropes, we got a lot of white spots on the shoes. Looks more like the aftermath of the capture having their way and all that stuff. Take a look at that. Looks like the person who commissioned this artist was like, "Oh yes, I wanna abduct Retsuko, put her in my closet, touch her up like." And in case you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, this watermark right here is absolute emo supremo. Commission Aggretsuko, another anonymous commission of the character Retsuko from the Aggretsuko series, with the specification of doing it in my style and more humanized. Over here, something in Spanish, probably the same thing. Well, to that I gotta say, I mean, if someone is into abducting sweet little animals that behave like humans, yeah, you probably wouldn't want that to be associated with you. I mean, come on. Take request? Sorry, only commission of 10 points by character. Well, take a look at that, everyone. It looks like this person won't be able to fulfill their fantasies. Oh, the humanity. And over here, folks, here we have another shining example of a phrase that I always say: if there's a fandom of something, there's bound to be some vor in it. Now, I do gotta say that the drawing itself is actually pretty good, like the character looks really nice, nice in detail. I would have preferred if this wasn't all that detailed, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers, in all honesty. Yeah, you know, overall, thumbs up. Besides the connotations of the picture, this is actually pretty well drawn, so, yeah. But you know, everyone, what really makes me wonder is who exactly is in his belly right now. I mean, it may be Aggretsuko, it may be Fenico, or it may even be the pig boss himself. I mean, he is a hyena, so, I do think that, you know, him being a carnivore, he probably loves some fat, juicy bacon strips, I gotta say. Warmy Daddy, cashing in on that sweet Aggretsuko credit, LMAO. Oh, is the dude that almost dies after sleeping in a puddle and being in the rain for a while. I love him, no homo. Fat bitch. Thank. And of course over here we have a hidden comment. I honestly don't want to find out what it is, but it will most likely haunt my dreams. And over here it looks like we got some Fenico tickle action. Yes, everyone. Oh yes. This is something that you would actually be expecting while browsing for stuff like this. Yes, it looks like here we got Fenico doing her usual monotone laugh while some unknown person in the background is sadly keeping her captive. Oh yes. But again, I do gotta say, like the previous picture, this is actually pretty well done. You know, the line work is nice and consistent and all that. Plus her face actually does look it does look kind of nice and all that. This is why I keep my pens after they run out of ink. Oh yeah. Fenico tickles, beep beep, all aboard the Aggretsuko bandwagon. I love this, but it will be nice in color. Not complaining, just like pics in color. The idea of her giggling in that monotonic laugh is both cute and terrifying. Very cute, dude. Well done. Just amazing. Thanks. My pleasure, my dude. Yeah, it's a bandwagon, but can't help that it's so good. Well, the thing is, yes, it is so good. You know, like, yeah, it is a bandwagon at the same time, but I do gotta say, it is a pretty good quality show, and I'm super glad that it got greenlit for season 2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if in case you haven't noticed, Aggretsuko is getting a season 2, so that is mondo amazing. Oh my god, everyone, and now take a look at this. Here we have the most detailed picture out of all of them, and it is the most horrifying. Take a look at his face. He is in absolute shock and awe at what is happening. You know, he just wants to die. And again, if I was in this situation, I want to die too. You know, a lot of these inflation people are just, you know, they probably dream about something like this. You know, they just want to be standing in public somewhere, possibly waiting for the bus or the tram or whatever the hell, you know, and have their bellies just expand out of nowhere, you know, and everyone just marveling at the amazing horror that is befalling them. And of course, they probably also fantasize about some other inflation person, possibly whipping it out and sticking it right in their belly button. Oh yes. Heavy Haida, I did an Aggretsuko. You draw stuff so sexy. Oh yes, this really is sexy. This is exactly what I think about when I think of the word sexy. Okay, your style of those guys are amazingly epic. You should try doing more. Thanks. Not to complain, but I do love seeing this in a large thumbnail too. Keep up the great work, Wraith. I think this is as big as it gets. I drew it too small. Good point. I just didn't know. Well, Mr. Inflation Guy, I don't know about you, but I for one am very happy that this is in fact as small as it is, because if it was any bigger, my eyes would probably be burning right now. Well, everyone, that about wraps it up for Aggretsuko. A really awesome show that's thankfully getting a season 2, but sadly, just like everything else, has a weird side to its fandom, and yeah, I may actually make another one in the future, but we shall see. Maybe when season 2 comes out and all that stuff. But yeah, anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the little bell icon, and if you wish to support me in any way, my picture link is in the description below. And as always, I am Deviantart Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.